When starting your AI agency or any agency in general, it's crucial that you post content to any platform like LinkedIn, YouTube, and so on. But one of the hardest things is getting your face on camera firstly, and then after that, it's consistently posting to any of these channels. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I built this n8n workflow that will automatically every single day post to my LinkedIn for me. It will ask me if I like this post. If I approve it, then it's going to automatically create an image and post that to my LinkedIn. So without further ado, let's jump straight into this. The first thing we need to do is come over here to n8n, and we can run through a quick demo right now. So if I execute this flow, it's going to come through here. It's going to scrape all of my last LinkedIn posts so it doesn't just keep creating the same topic. It's going to do some research here with Perplexity, and Perplexity is going to research all of the latest topics in my niche and within the kind of AI space, which what we do. We sell AI agents to real estate agents. So it's going to research all of the latest topics in that space, and then it's going to write a LinkedIn post for me. After that, it's going to come down here, store it, and send it over to me via email. And as you can see right now, this is waiting for me to approve or either iterate on the post. If I come over to my email, you can see we have the content right here, which says, here's the LinkedIn post. Let me know if you want to approve or iterate. It says most estate agents are measuring the wrong thing. You track viewings, book valuations, won market appraisals, all good numbers, but none of them tell you if your follow-up actually works. So it's gone with this route, which is telling real estate agents about follow-up. You can see the full post here, and I can respond with this button down here, and I can either approve this or I can reiterate the text. So let's say I don't like this part down here where it says, what's your hit rate on follow-up messages? I'm going to say, I don't like the ending question, make it a CTA instead. I'm going to send that back. If we come back over here to n8n, you can see it now goes down this route. This is going to reiterate on the post. Come back over here, store as the final post again, and now it sends me another email to make sure that I want to post this new one. So if we come back out here, you can see it sends us a new email, and we can see the end of this. If your follow-up response rate is sitting below 15%, worth having a look at how we've helped other agencies fix it. So that's a good one. It's a CTA, and I want to approve this one. I can press approve over here. I can submit this, and as you can see up here, it's now creating the image for that post because we approved it. It's going to use the latest post that we were just talking about, and now it's going to create an image and post it to my LinkedIn. If we jump in here, we can see the image that I just created. You can see here it creates an image based on the content that we want to post. This one says most agents treat this like a tick box exercise. We set options, job done. So that's exactly what this post is about. And then it will post it to my LinkedIn, and that's how you will automatically build up your LinkedIn with very little input from you. So let's show you exactly step by step how to build this. I'm also going to leave the template in my WAP community below in the first link in the description, where you can download this full template for free, so you don't even have to build it for yourself. But to show you exactly what we do, the first thing we need to do is obviously come over here to n8n and set up a schedule trigger. Now in this schedule trigger, we need to make it so this is going to trigger on days, and we're going to set the days between triggers to 2. And we're going to set the trigger at hour to noon. So we can set it at what time do we want it to trigger at. I picked noon because that's when most people are on LinkedIn, and it's going to trigger every second day. Now the next thing we need is this Apify scraper over here, which is going to get all of my latest LinkedIn posts, so we can give it to the AI and it knows not to create just another post about any of these recent topics, because then it just looks like you're writing the same thing over and over again. So to do that, we need to come in here and select the Apify run actor and get dataset. To get that, you'll come up here, we'll look up Apify. We're going to use this Apify here, and we're going to use this one, which is run actor and get dataset. In here, we need to obviously sign into our Apify account. So you're going to create a new credential and just press connect my account. You can see it will bring you to this sign in page right here. You have to have an Apify account, so make sure you set up an Apify account first. And then down here, we need to select the actor that we want to use, or the scraper that we want to use, because this is essentially, Apify is a scraper software which is going to scrape our LinkedIn and get the latest 5 posts. Now, to show you what Apify really is, if we come over here, when you sign into Apify, when you set up an account, it's going to bring you to a page like this. Now, the scraper we need is a LinkedIn post scraper. So I'm going to look up here, LinkedIn post scraper, and we're going to select this one right here, which is the LinkedIn profile post scraper, no cookies. So I'm going to select this right here. And in this section for your profile username, you have to put in your LinkedIn URL. So go to your LinkedIn page and put in the URL right into here. And we're going to set the result limit to 5. So this is going to get the 5 latest posts. And then we can do a quick run here to see what it looks like. And by the way, this is completely free. Apify gives you $5 worth of free credits, which will last you longer than a month. So each month you will be able to use this for free. We can click save and start right now. And you can see the actor is now starting to run. If we come over here to the output section, after it has finished, it's going to output all of the posts. Just like this right here, where you can see it gives me my 5 latest posts and the text for each of them posts. So that's exactly what we need. Now, to use this over in n8n, we first need to come back out here to the actor, make sure we have everything set up, like the profile username and the result limit. That's all we need to change. We're going to come in here to the JSON and we're going to copy this. I'm going to press copy on this, bring it back over to n8n. Now in here in n8n, we need to come down here to the actor source and select recently used actors. Because I just triggered that actor, it's now going to be in the recently used section. And if we come down here to the drop down, you can see all of the recently used actors. And the one that we're looking for is this one right here, which is the LinkedIn profile post scraper no cookie. So we can just select that. And now we are going to paste in that JSON. And this is completely done. Whenever we run this, it's going to output something like this over here. You can see we have 5 items, which is all of the latest posts. And what we're interested in is this right here, which is the text. That's the text from the latest post, and this is what we're going to give the AI. Now, because this is outputting 5 items, we need to aggregate them all so we just get it into one item. If we don't do that, then it's going to run this full workflow 5 times and essentially post 5 different LinkedIn posts in the space of a minute, which we don't want. So we're going to aggregate all of these posts into basically one post and tell the AI, here's all the different posts and the text that we've used. So we're going to use an aggregate node, and in this aggregate node, up here, we're going to select all item data into a single list. We're going to put the output field in the name data, or you can just say all, or you can just say previous LinkedIn posts. Name this whatever you want it to be outputted as over here. And then for the include, we're going to select specific fields, and then we're going to drag over the text from the post and drop it into here, and it's just going to come up as text in here. Whenever that's done, then we're going to use a model, which is going to be perplexity. So we're going to come over here, we're going to look up perplexity, and we're going to use this one right here, and we're going to use messenger model. Now over here, this is perplexity, which is going to do all of the researching for us. From my experience, perplexity is by far the best at doing research, so that's why we're going to use this one. Now in here, we give it the prompt, you are a research agent for an AI automation agency that serves real estate agencies across the UK, Ireland and Europe. Obviously change this to whatever niche or whatever business you are in. We're going to say the task is to find 3 to 5 timely newsworthy topics about AI and real estate that would make strong LinkedIn content for a thought leader in the space. We give it some options on stuff to explore and topics to output, and then down here we say avoid these topics from my recent posts, and we give it the output from this aggregator node. So all of this data right here, we're going to bring this over and we are going to drop it in. I'll drop it in here underneath. Now what we need to do to this, I'll get rid of this one that we have and show you what we need to do. We need to click in here to the start, and I'm going to do all caps JSON dot get rid of all caps and type in stringify. And we're going to do open bracket here. We're going to come down here to the end and do a close bracket. And now you can see it turns from red into green, and we have all of the latest posts right here. At the end here, we say find genuinely different angles. If a topic overlaps thematically with something above, skip it. So we're not making the same content as we've been uploading the past few days. Now this is going to output a research on all of the latest topics. For the model, we can use Sonar, which is the cheapest but less detailed one. We can use Sonar Deep Research, which is very, very detailed. We can use Sonar Pro, Sonar Reasoning. Let's use Sonar Reasoning to get the best results for a decent price. Now the next thing we need to do over here is have a basic LLM chain, and this is just going to be the prompt, and we are going to use Claude for this one. As you can see down here, we have Claude 4.5 Sonnet. And in here, we are going to give it the prompt like this, which is going to tell it to actually write this LinkedIn content for us. So we say, you're a LinkedIn content writer for WorkReady AI, an AI automation agency that builds email, WhatsApp, and voice agents for real estate agencies across Ireland and Europe. Now what I would do here, and what I didn't notice, is I'm going to say for Folu Ilori instead of a business, because this is going on my personal account, not the business account. So I'm going to change that for Folu Ilori. You can see down here we have voice and style guidelines. We have a post length, aim for 150 to 250 words, punchy beats lengthy, and then we give it some content down here on how exactly to make this sound human. Check the last 5 posts provided to you, pick a different type from what's been posted recently, and then output return only the LinkedIn post. No preamble, no explanation, no here's your post intro, just a post ready to copy and paste. Then up here in the user section, so that was the system prompt. Up here in the user section, we're going to give it some details. We're going to say here's the 5 last LinkedIn posts, and we're going to give it the exact same thing that we just put in over here in the researcher. We're going to give it exactly this, copy and paste this over, give it as the last 5 LinkedIn posts, and then we're also going to say here is the AI research prompted to stay away from the last 5 LinkedIn post topic, and we are going to give it the AI research, which if we come down here we can close citations, close search results, and we can give it just down here the choices, content, bring that over and drop that into here. So that's the AI writer done. The next thing we're going to connect that up to is this set node over here, and this is going to have 2 connections. As you can see, it's going to use the iterator if we need to iterate the post, and also this one over here. So firstly, focusing on this one, which is the first creation of the LinkedIn post, we're going to bring that down and connect it to this, which is an edit, which is a set node. So if we look up set here, we can see it's this one right here. Now in here, we're going to press add field. We're going to name this final post. And when you name it final post, you need to bring over the basic LLM chain, which is the first one that we've just done. So I'm going to bring that over, drop that in here as json.text. And now that's going to set the final node. That's going to set the final post. Now what we also need to do is we need to bring this out. So forget about this for the moment. Forget about this connection. We'll do that at the end. We also need to bring this out now, and we need to bring it over to a send a message, which is going to be the human in the loop. So I'm going to come over here, select human in the loop. We're going to select the Gmail one. And over here, we're going to obviously connect our account. We're going to make the operation send and wait a response. It will automatically do that. We're going to set it to be my email. Mine is going to be this. Subject is going to be content. Subject is going to be content approval. And in this message, we're going to say, here is the content to approve. We're going to say, here's the LinkedIn content post. Let me know if you want to approve or iterate. So you can see here, we give it the json.final.post, in which we will get from the previous node that we've just made. Bring that over, drop it in here. And the message is going to look like this, where it has, here's the post, and then all of the details below. Now down here, we need to select the response type as custom form, and we need to define this using the fields below. And we're going to give it one form element, which is going to be field name approve, and the element type is going to be radio buttons. And then we are going to select over here, radio button label is just approve. And then the second element is going to be iterate text. It's going to be the element type text area, and we're going to make it a placeholder prompt for the AI for text iteration. And that's how over here, when we come in here and we press respond, brings us to this form page in which we've just made over there, where we have the approve, which is the radio button, and then we have the iterate text, which you can put in here if you don't like the content. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to have a switch node. Now this switch node is going to decide if the person pressed approve, then we're going to post it. If they want us to iterate, then we're going to come down this route right here. So we're going to use a switch node. We're going to select the mode is going to be rules, and we are going to put in whatever we get from the email human in the loop node over here. So you can see over here we have either approve, so we're going to drop that over here, and we're going to say whenever approve string is not empty, then choose this route. And then we're also going to bring down the iterate text, drop that in here, and again the same thing, string, whenever it's not empty, choose this route. So now it's going to decide which route to choose. If it goes up here and chooses route number 1, then we are going to add this Gemini generate an image. Now to get that, we're going to look up Gemini, come over here, Google Gemini, and we're going to find down here generate an image. In here, we're going to connect our account via API. I've made this in tons of other videos. Resource is image, generate an image, and we are going to use the newest Gemini 3 Pro Nano Banana Pro. We are going to give it a prompt, which is this right here. Create a pattern interrupt image for a LinkedIn post. This must not look AI generated, corporate, or like typical LinkedIn content. The post content is this right here, in which we bring over final post right here. Bring this over, drop that in here like this, and we're going to swap out this item for, we're going to type in first. You can see it automatically comes up here, and we'll put that in, and it's going to swap item for this expression right here. We also give it a style and direction. Pick one approach that best fits the post theme. We have a candid real world shot, which is an ultra realistic photo of like a MacBook in a coffee shop. We have the urban placement, which is like a London Underground ad or a billboard. We have analog, tactile, we have editorial, photography, unexpected context, and so on. We give it some hard rules over here, and then we say choose a style that creates the strongest contrast against typical AI generated LinkedIn imagery while matching the post message. You can go through this in your spare time. Obviously, again, I'm going to leave the template in my first link in the description in my community for completely free. And we can see the style of images this outputs is these kind of styles right here, where it gives us these realistic looking images. Whenever it generates that image, we're going to then come over here and put in the LinkedIn node. We're going to connect up to our LinkedIn account just by signing in, and we are going to select the resource as post. Operation is to create post as a person. We're going to select the person's name or ID. It's going to be me, Folu. The text content, we're going to come over here to the schema. We're going to look up final post right here. Bring that over, drop it in again. Same thing over here where we swap this expression for first right here. We have to do this so it uses the latest update. Or if we make any iterations, it's always going to use the latest one. And then down here, we are going to add imagery. So the media is going to add image. And then in here, the input binary field is going to be just named data. And that's going to use the image and post it to our LinkedIn account. Now, remember in here in the switch node, if the iterate text is not empty, meaning the person put in some details, then you're going to come in here and you're going to choose this route down here. And in this route, we basically give it the same prompt as the AI writer that we previously made, except this time we tell it that you are an iteration node. So you're going to take in whatever the human said. So down here, we give it basically the same prompt, except we say task is to revise the original LinkedIn post based on the feedback provided. Apply the changes requested while maintaining the core message and natural writing style. And then it's basically the same prompt as before, except up here we make some changes. We say here's the last 5 LinkedIn posts, which is the same thing. We say here is the AI research, which again is going to be this from the same one. We say here was the proposed LinkedIn content, where we give it the final post right here. We can drop that in, and again over here look up first, enter, and now it's going to use the latest LinkedIn post. And then we say here is the iteration the human mentioned to make, and we are going to get that from up here. You can see the switch node, we have the iterate text. Whenever somebody types in email to iterate, we're going to drag that over, drop that in here, and now the AI is going to know what iteration it has to make to the post. After that, we're going to connect that back up over here to the edit fields node, which is going to be the final post. So it's going to bring that iteration over here, create the new final post, and bring it over, send you another email, and it can keep going in this loop until you press approve, and it will post it to your LinkedIn. If you don't press approve, we're going to come down here, reiterate it, set the new final post, come up here and send you an email in which you can keep iterating. So you can see if we run a demo right now, it's come through the full process over here to my email. It's now awaiting approval. If I come over here to my email, we can see content approval. Here's a LinkedIn post. Let me know if you want to approve or iterate. Most real estate agents are measuring the wrong thing. Let's say, okay, I've read through all of that. I like the look of it. I'm going to just press approve. We're going to submit this. If we come back over here to n8n, it's generating the image, has posted it to my LinkedIn account. If we come over here to my LinkedIn account, come over, refresh the page, and now you can see the exact post that was just made over there on n8n. We have most agents are measuring the wrong thing, all of the details, and then the AI generated image, which looks extremely real, and you won't see many people doing images like this. Most agents measure the wrong thing. What's your response rate on the second message? So that's the exact topic. Looks extremely realistic, and it will grab attention for your LinkedIn account. So that's this full video completely done. This is going to grow your LinkedIn account on completely autopilot without people knowing that it's just that generic AI type content. If you want to start your own AI automation agency and scale it to over 100k per month like I've done with my agency, then click the first link in the description.